All right, good afternoon, folks, or is it? NATO is now concerned with, well, what we've been concerned with for 4 months, and that is the buildup of Russian, Belarusian, Middle Eastern, Asian, South American, and African troops in Belarus and Russia. We have been showing you this buildup of troops here in Belarus, and well, the Italianos, they have been monitoring it daily, as well as the Swedes. We also have Brio over here monitoring it. Now we have the French, and we all know that when the French show up, weird shit is going to happen, and they always do their weird patterns here. The French have the strangest search patterns of any Air Force in the world. And so we are continuing to monitor the situation. We have been showing you this for months. We have known that this was coming. We have also told you that Belarus has a plan to cut off the Suwalki Gap. And that would be Kaliningrad going towards Belarus, Belarus going towards Kaliningrad, and that would cut off Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. We know that. We have shown you that. We have told you that it will take NATO a good 7 to 10 days to get their feces consolidated and get troops on the ground. We have told you that the Baltic states could be cut off from Poland in a matter of hours. We've flown the area. We've shown you the surveillance footage. We've shown you the satellite imagery. We've shown you where the troops are. We've shown you the weapons they have. We've shown you where they've hidden the missile launchers in the woods. We've shown you where they put in the S-400 sites. We've shown you more S-400 sites. Hell, we just found 2 more S-400 sites yesterday. We're now paying for even more satellite imagery because we want to be able to monitor this in real time. And so what we are able to do now, and KLW World News is the only news organization in the world doing this as far as I know, we are actually tasking spy satellites. We're paying for that. We're tasking spy satellites to take imagery of key locations, and we're going to continue to do this for you. We are also working on the ability to inject that satellite imagery into our flight sim so as that we can fly those areas and show you where the airfields are, where the missiles are, where the nuclear warheads are stored, where the enemy troops are coming in, where they're training. Everything going on with this. Well, Mark, who made that video and where is it? So we've been showing you this, and we have told you repeatedly that if Russia goes in, they're going to sweep across the Suwalki Gap in a matter of hours. In 2 hours, if I was in charge, in 2 hours, the Suwalki Gap would be closed, and you wouldn't be able to come anywhere near any of the Baltic states. So Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia would be cut off immediately. And the U.S. nor NATO would be able to do dick about it for some period of time. They could just sweep across it and take it over. And there's nothing that NATO can do about it. They have to get troops and put troops in the area, and they have to take out the S-400 sites immediately, and then attack the air defense systems that the Russians have, the Tor systems that they've got operating in the area. So, we've told you that NATO can't defend the Baltics. We've told you that NATO won't be able to get in there faster than the Russians can take it over. And you go, well, Lee, you know, what makes you think that? Well, it's because we've studied it. Now what I want to show you is this latest document coming out from the NATO countries, and this proves it. How U.S. troops could be sent to the front line in Europe or European ground war with Russia. And you can see that they come up from down in the south. They come across from Italy and Germany. They come up against Belarus. In fact, this is exactly where we showed you that thousands, tens of thousands of troops are massing. We can also show you where they come out of Norway and they come into Finland. But, gee, there are no NATO troops going into Lithuania. There are no NATO troops going into Latvia. And there are no NATO troops going into Estonia. Why is that? That's because we won't be able to secure an area in those countries fast enough to respond to how fast Russian troops will be moving into Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. This is exactly what we've been telling you for months. Now, you don't have to take it from us. This is NATO's map. This is the one they just put out. This is how the U.S. is going to respond. And the places that we have told you again and again and again that the Russians will be able to blitzkrieg across, just like the Germans did in World War II. We even took a Mi-24 helicopter in a simulator and flew across the Suwalki Gap. We showed you where the paratroopers would land. We showed you where the armored personnel carriers would block the roads. We showed you the airports that the Russians would seize. We showed you the highways they would close. We showed you the bridges they would blow. We showed you the rail line that they would take out. So there is a whole lot going on. It is only getting worse by the minute. We are continuing to track it in real time, 24 hours a day, like we always do. So, folks, you need to get your feces consolidated. If you have friends, family, relatives, people that you are working with in Lithuania, in Latvia, in Estonia, you need to be giving them a call. You need to let them know that NATO has even shown on their map, we'll show it to you here again, the U.S. is not coming to help you. They're going to be going into Poland. They're going to be going into Finland. They're going to be going into the other states here along, or other countries here along Ukraine. They are not going into the Baltics because they do not have a toehold there. They will not have a toehold there. And notice they are not going towards the Suwalki Gap. Have a look-see, folks. It's their map. So they're telling you that they're going to go into Germany, Poland, Hungary, Romania, and Finland. That's it. Oh, yeah, NATO has air bases operating all around the area. The issue is that they can't use that air power. And we're going to show you why here. Let me get up another map for you guys. So please stand by. I will get you another one here that we can go into, and it won't mess up the aircraft that I'm tracking like I so graciously did yesterday. I absolutely blew it. I erased everything I had been tracking for 24 hours. I'm just good like that. So let's get in here to Google Earth, and we will show you what we are talking about. Because, yeah, but there's not enough Canadians over there is the problem. There may be Canadians there, but we're talking about 50,000 Chechens in addition to the other 50,000 troops that are already there. There's almost 100,000 troops in the area right now. Now, we flew this area here just a month ago, and we showed you guys this air base. Well, guess what? There's a new S-300 site right here. So there's one. How far can it shoot? 400 kilometers. How far is 400 kilometers? It's a long frigging way. We'll show you. And we are going to go over here. Hit done. And then I can convert this to kilometers. Okay. And we can go back. Now, 400 kilometers. That's beyond Warsaw. Down here's 400 kilometers. They'll shoot anything within 400 kilometers. There's 400 kilometers. That's almost Berlin. 400 kilometers. $400 kilometers. 400 kilometers. And you go, oh, well, okay, great. They got a site there. Well, yeah, they do have a site there. And then if you come right down here, guess what? They got another site right there. And if you don't think that's enough, we go right over here to Belarus, and we come down here. There's Haradna. We go right over here, and within 3 miles of the border, 2 more. There's an S-400 site. There's an S-400 site. So now you've got 400 kilometers from there. 400 kilometers from here, 400 kilometers from here. And oh, guess what? There's another S-400 site up here. So when you talk about all of these S-400 sites all over the area, there is no way in the world that you're going to be able to fly any aircraft in or out of here. And we've already proven that right here at this S-400 site, there are 140 missiles stockpiled outside at this S-400 site and this S-400 site. Now, the crazy part about that is they're building S-400s right here. So how many more hundreds of S-400s are inside this factory, not counting the 140 that we've already counted outside on the ground? Oh, sorry. So here, S-400's here. There's the S-400 site. This is the S-400 site that we just flew. We just flew this with the simulator. There's another S-400 site over here. Here are the 2 S-400 sites in Belarus. We just flew these S-400s. S-400s. And how far is that? Well, it's a long way, folks. Here's 400 kilometers from here. And by the way, here's the Polish border. That's 4.13 kilometers away. 3 miles. How far is 400 kilometers? Well, it's well past Warsaw. So there's 400 kilometers. So if it's airborne within that 400 kilometers, that one site can hit it. How are you supposed to be able to go into this area here if you've got S-400s all over the place? And oh, by the way, that's not the only S-400s. There are other S-400s up here as well. So we've been working on a simulator. We're going to be flying a simulator. We will be showing you what's going on the simulator. We're going to be flying these areas again, but we wanted to let you guys know it's not good. So this is the area that we're talking about, and there's not going to be anybody in here. We are not landing troops in Lithuania, Latvia, or Estonia. And right here, you can see it on the map. That's NATO's map. That's not my map. I didn't make this. There is showing on the reinforcements coming in, none of them are landing in Lithuania, Latvia, or Estonia. This is why they put out the notification a couple of weeks ago. You need to prepare for war. You need to turn your basement into a bunker. You need to get food. You need to get water. You need to get medication. You need to have cash. You need to have a way to protect you and your family. The government didn't put out that notice that we shared with you for the hell of it. The government put out that notification with you because they knew what we know. So we're going to continue to watch the situation. We're going to continue to invite you to join the network so you get notifications when this stuff happens. It is only going to get worse. It is not going to get better. So if you haven't joined the network, now is the time. It is really easy. You can go to klwworldnews.com and get signed up as a VIP there once we've got more room for you. But in the meantime, to get in line, it's really easy. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/KLW News and sign up there as a silver or a bronze. And by doing that, it will get you in line on the network to become a full-fledged member. The link is now in the chat, and we will put that at the top of the chat so you guys can go there and get signed up. So share this out, folks. We have been telling you this. Oh, we put out the notice. We sent out the entire document. We got it translated. The government of Latvia put out a document a couple of weeks ago. Actually, probably about a month ago now. It's 97 pages of document that was put out, teaching their population how to prepare for an invasion. Imagine that, your government putting out a 97-page document telling its citizens how to prepare for an invasion. And by the way, it was a brand new document. So I'm sure one of our members has that document stored somewhere. I've got it stored somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is right now, but let me see if I can find it for you. Maybe it is in my downloads. If it is, I will try to share it with you here. I'm not not seen it, but we've got it. Our members have it. We shared it out. It was on one of our private streams. So thousands of people have seen it. There it is. Here is the document. We will show it to you. Ta-da! This is the document that the government put out. Right here. Handbook. What to do in case of war. This was put out by the Ministry of Defense of the Republic of Latvia. The roles, the preface, individual persistence, how to prepare for war, how to prepare your residents. 94 pages of how to prepare you and your family in the event of war. Brand new document. Just put out the other day. We shared this with all of our members. We reviewed this with all our members. How to turn your house into a fortress. Yeah, the V10 is already in the van. That's already been done. Yeah, you got that right. Dun, dun, dun.
Get to the chopper!
Because it's happening, folks. NATO put out their map. Here's the documents. This is their documents. How to deal with the people who are stressed. How to deal with guilt. Community resilience. Reliance. Helping the elderly. Guidelines for helping people who are displaced. The country's persistence. Emergency situations. Wartime. Right there. Wartime. Capital letters across the top of the page. No, this has nothing to do with war in the United States or Biden doing martial law. Resilience of critical infrastructure. Armed forces. Resistance. Your support is here. Essential hours for national defense. Conclusions. That's their document, folks. We didn't put it out. We just shared it. So we're here to tell you, when you see documents like this being put out by the countries, and then when you see maps being put out from NATO, and it's showing that NATO forces are not going into those countries, and we've shown you time and time and time again where the Russian troops are building up on the border. We showed you that 50,000 more Chechen soldiers were just deployed into Belarus yesterday. Yes, you can share this link. Everyone should share this link. There's only 383 of you in here. There should be 3 million people in here watching this. Share this everywhere. YouTube doesn't want me telling you the truth, folks. That's why they took down my channel. The total amount that we can confirm is over 120,000. There may be 300,000 there, but we already know there's over 120,000 troops ready in Belarus and in Russia to move across the border into the Baltics. How do we know? We've counted them. We've been monitoring this for months. We've been monitoring this war for years. We're the ones that told you the war was going to break out 6 months before the war broke out. We even told you what day. We told you 48 hours in advance that hostilities would be conducting between Russia and Ukraine in the next 48 hours. I don't know about Moldova or Romania. I'm not too worried about them right now, but I surely would get my family out of Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. Cindy, it's easy to tell why Ukraine would do, why NATO would put that map out. That's what they're going to do. So there, NATO will tell you, NATO has a plan. You can read NATO's book. They're a defensive organization. They're not an offensive organization. And they're not telling you exactly what city they're taking them into or what airfield they're taking them into. But if you've got any common sense, you can figure out which airfields. You can figure out where the troops are going to come from. The problem is that Russia and the Baltics can take the border or take the Suwalki Gap in under 2 hours. And it will take NATO 7 to 10 days to respond. I don't know what day they're going to kick off, David. I can't tell you what day it's going to kick off. I can tell you that it's going to be sooner than later. I can tell you that moving 50,000 Chechens into Belarus means it's near. Because Kadyrov will not stand around with 50,000 men. Okay? You can rest assured Kadyrov is not going to sit around with 50,000 men. If Kadyrov is bringing his men in, they're going to go fight. They don't like to sit. So there's 50,000 Chechens. With 50,000 Chechens and 50,000 Belarusians, they're going to take the Suwalki Gap in 2 hours. The Baltics would fall into 2 days, Jill. In 2 days, the Baltics are going to be under control of Russia. The Suwalki Gap will be closed off in 2 hours. It doesn't matter. Poland, look, a row of landmines is as simple as laying explosives out and detonating those landmines and driving through. Poland doesn't have the ability to put out landmines as quickly as Russia has the ability to move in. There is no way in hell Poland can mine their border in the period of time that they have. It's not going to happen. So, folks, you need to share this out. You need to share it out far and wide. This is NATO's map right here, folks. Not mine. That's NATO's map. Yeah, well, there may be a NATO summit in July, but that's not going to stop the Russians from what they're going to do. What you guys have to understand is Russia don't give a fuck about NATO. Russia thinks that they are the superior military in the world. Russia already thinks they're at war with NATO, which is not the case. And a lot of people want to claim that Russia is at war with NATO or NATO is getting ready to go to war with Russia. That's not the case. NATO is a defensive military alliance. Unlike what Colonel McGregor, that dumbass, wants to claim. You would think that somebody who is a retired, I think, lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army would know what NATO is. But obviously, McGregor doesn't. Well, when you've got a best friend named Scott Ritter, who is a 2-time convicted pedophile, who was just drug off of an airplane yesterday because he was trying to go to Russia. Why? Because he's a fucking traitor. Right, you're not going to kick them out from the Gap. Once they're in, they're like, an Alabama tick. They're in there. We've already flown the area where the Russians are going to be hiding in the woods. You got to go in there and pull them out one at a time. Okay? They're like fleas on a dog. Once they get in there, you just can't say, oh, well, we're going to smack the dog once and all the fleas are going to jump off. That isn't going to happen that way. You're going to have to pick those fleas out of there one at a time. And so it's going to be fugly. It'll be, basically a very quick attack. The Latvian, Lithuanian, and Estonian forces will be overwhelmed. Russians will deploy by helicopter. We've already shown you the helicopters. We've already shown you the aircraft. We've already shown you the troop transports. We've already shown you the armored personnel carriers with night vision sights. We've already shown you the missile launchers. We've shown you the trucks. We've shown you the train full of ammunition. We've shown you the train carrying 1.175 million gallons of diesel fuel. It's all there, folks. The troops, the beans, the bullets, the Band-Aids, the fuel, the missile launchers. It's going to do it soon, folks. This is going to top off or kick off soon. I can't tell you exactly what day. I can tell you it's not long away. It's coming. With Kadyrov moving 50,000 men into Belarus, you can rest assured it won't be long now. Oh, absolutely. I think it's going to be before November. Yeah, Jill, you need to be looking for live cams in the Baltics. Most of them have already been taken down. We've been looking for them for a while. So it ain't going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty at all. So, folks, we're going to continue to monitor this on our Rumble channel. If you have not subscribed over on Rumble, you need to get over there. Titan, looky here, buddy. Since you're here, I got something to show you. Did you know that there was another S-400 site? Right there. There's another S-400 site right there. We're finding S-400 sites all over the place. All over the place. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate the EAM update. Charlie is our resident EAM expert. He's been doing it longer than most people have even known what an EAM is. It doesn't matter if they publish the map as a map to attempt of deterrence. The U.S. is not going to do anything that's going to deter Russia. Russia's going to do whatever they want to do. Putin doesn't give a shit about this map. Not one iota. He don't care. If he did, he wouldn't be moving nuclear missiles and nuclear warheads into Belarus. If he did, he wouldn't be getting Kadyrov to take 50,000 troops into Belarus. If he did, he wouldn't have just spent 2 days in Belarus. He wouldn't have had his Minister of Defense spend 2 days in Belarus. All right, thank you, Titan. We're going to go over that map. We're going to fly it again tonight. We're going to get the simulator out and we're going to go flying. So there's a lot going on, folks. Get your feces consolidated. Share this out. Everybody needs to know. Subscribe if you haven't. Send this to your friends and family. Tell them to subscribe. So with that, I'm going to end this broadcast. I wanted to show everybody the map that the aircraft have been following here. You can see lots of trips up here through Estonia, through Latvia, through Lithuania, the Italianos down here in the northern and eastern parts of Poland, the French, off the coast out here having a look-see, flying a drone up here monitoring communications. Lot going on, folks. Forte 12 is over here in the eastern side of the Black Sea. P-8s down here. We've had other aircraft over here along the coast with Lebanon. Oh, by the way, the Russians are now building or have already built a naval yard they have a port now in Libya. So getting crazier by the day. I'm not worried about a draft in the United States, Cindy. I'm more worried about terrorist organizations in the U.S. I'm worried about Russian operatives doing sabotage in the U.S. I'm worried about Middle Eastern groups in the United States. Terrorist cells taking out critical infrastructure. We just bought another generator yesterday. If you don't have a generator, you need to go get one. If you don't have a big fuel supply, you need to get one. Get marine fuel that's ethanol free and put some Stabil in it. It's getting fugly, folks, and it's getting fugly fast. So get your feces consolidated. Get on the network. The link is at the top of the chat. It'll be the best money you ever spent. We're going to be talking about this weekend. We've been talking about the grand solar minimum. We need to talk about war. We need to talk about what you need to do for you and your family. We need to talk about how you need to be prepared. We need to talk about comms. We need to talk about power. We need to talk about ammunition. We need to talk about self-protection. I don't think very many S-500s are operational so far, Quorum. Well, ordering dried food is nice, but ordering dried food is expensive as hell, Garrett. I would rather you spend your money on flour, on rice, on beans, salt, water purification. So that's what I would rather you spend your money on. Them dried foods are expensive as hell. Get yourself some good canned goods. Get yourself cans of corn. You can fish with corn and you can drink the juice. Fishies are good. Corned beef hash, it does a man good. Make sure you get some pineapple. You can drink the pineapple juice and eat the pineapple. Same thing with pears and peaches. That's good shit. You can eat them straight out of the can. Eat Spam. Ain't nothing wrong with Spam. Whatever. Canned goods are good for a long time as long as you keep the cans dry. A big bag of rice goes a long way. Big bag of beans goes a long way. Put them in metal cans so the rats don't eat them. Right, and if you're going to have seeds, make sure they are heirloom seeds. Do not use hybrids. They will not come back the second year. Get yourself a dehydrator like we've got. We just purchased a dehydrator. My wife absolutely loves that thing. If I told my wife it was between me and the dehydrator, I'd have to find me a new house to live in. She absolutely loves it. She's been dehydrating everything. We're going to be making bunny jerky here in another month or two. And the bunnies are good. So, get your feces consolidated, folks. Do the biggest thing for yourself you can. Get on the network. Get on the network. Yeah, we've got 50 chickens. We've got 2 pigs. We've got 3 horses. We've got 19 giant rabbits. We've got 2,500 gallons of water in storage. And I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds of canned goods. And I've got enough ammunition I can give 1 bullet to every member who lives in my county. No, Rolling Thunder, you just go ahead and prepare anyway. Stick it in the bottom of a closet. Stick it in the back of a pantry. Get a nice, cool, dry corner in your garage. Show them the movie the day after tomorrow. Show them the movie the day after. That's what you need to do, is show them the movie the day after. Yeah, say you like camping. Take them out camping. Number 1, get protection for you and your family. Number 2, secure a good water supply. Solar panels and a pedal bike for generating power there, Norwegian. Well, and you're just going to have to keep hitting him with those stressful situations until he doesn't freeze anymore. You have to teach him how to deal with the stressful. Start small. That's how you deal with that. Well, Rhonda, you got to make sure you got a way to get that water up out of them wells. That's right. The preparations will continue until morale improves or until the situation improves. Get your feces consolidated, folks. It ain't pretty. There's a couple ways. You can pull up the well pump, or you can get yourself a solar battery bank. It's solar charged, a big inverter, and you can pull the water out of there with the solar battery bank. So, get your feces consolidated, folks. Now is the time. And we'll teach you how to do that. If you remember, we will teach you how to get that water out of that well. We'll show you what you can do. That's one of the things we teach in our classes. So get on the network. Sign up as either a silver or a bronze. If you want to be a full-fledged member, be a bronze. If you just want to get notifications and get to the classes, be a silver. Well, make sure you got big water purification, Amy, because when people run out of water, they're going to start bathing and urinating and everything else in that creek. So make sure you've got a massive water purification capability. And we showed people how to make one of those the other day. We've got that here. We got a class on that. How to make a giant zero water system and how to flush that. So we'll get you consolidated. Remember, when events like this happen, a lot of people die of dysentery. There won't be water, so people are going to be using that running water for their supply, for their bathing, for their toilet. Yes, it is a crappy way to go, Levi. Levi, that is definitely a crappy way to go. So, we're going to end this stream. We're going to go back over to a got new members already. So get over to the coffee club. Get signed up, folks. The best thing you can do for you and your family. Exactly, Led Zeppelin. Water, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. That's the way it's going to be. You can drink it, but you'll die from it. It's about to get fugly, folks. About to get really fugly. The genie is out of the bottle, and the fecal matter is about to be airborne. In fact, the fecal matter is being loaded into the cannon right now. People know that war is coming. Otherwise, they wouldn't have produced that book, folks. Countries don't warn their citizens to prepare for war unless they think there's going to be a war. No, I haven't seen the water situation in Atlanta. I guess it's pretty bad. I've never liked the water in Atlanta anyway. I've seen the water system in Atlanta. That was all I needed to see. I wouldn't drink their water if I was dying. Yeah, exactly, D23. Your government is not going to tell you to prepare for war and produce a 90-page handbook unless they're pretty certain that there's going to be a war. Oh, they had a water main break. Okay. Oh, well. So now's the time, folks. Get your feces consolidated. We're going to be streaming live on Rumble. So get over there. That's where we're going to be. Get on the network. The best thing you can do for yourself. All right, folks. With that, we are out of here. See you on the other side, hopefully.
That's all, folks.